Hello, welcome to the Long Island weather update, and we are definitely seeing some showers and maybe some thunderstorms tonight. Some areas got some thunderstorms today. It's a little late tonight, 10:30. I got delayed because I was Nice Bus didn't show up, and I was trying to avoid getting caught in one. But you can see what we got on the radar right now: a couple of showers and not much lightning with these, but downpours. And I'll have some video of it for you lately. But one thing I did notice today was that we had blue skies today and cumulonimbus clouds. You can see the cumulonimbus clouds that we had around us today. There's another look at one. And some more over here. You can see those towering cumulonimbus clouds there all around, especially tonight and this evening. We had a lot. And then this one here that was actually, I was in Lynbrook, and it was south of us. And I was really lucky because I was taking video and I caught... I have a video of this as well. I caught one lightning bolt coming down from this storm that was going south of Long Beach. So at least we got to see some thunderstorms today in the distance. But hey, that was a definitely cloud to ground strike right there. So it was pretty good. And then I noticed also we had some blue sky today too. So I noticed blue sky today. Yeah, I told you the smoke would thin a little bit today, and it did. We got a lot of mid-level cumulus clouds, but you can see some blue sky in between the clouds there, which definitely made for a little less hazy conditions. But unfortunately, the haze was starting to come back toward the evening. You can start to see it as the sun was setting, and definitely out there I can feel a change in the air mass, and it's definitely worse now than it was earlier. So let's look at our current observations right now. You'll notice all the heat advisories, excessive heat warnings out west. Let's start with our area. Heat advisory for New Jersey, Nassau County, and New York City. So we're involved in that heat advisory because it's going to be pretty hot tomorrow, unfortunately. You can see actually what's happened here. Look at that. JFK shot up to 82 degrees because the winds went north-northwest behind the thunderstorm. And they actually got up to 91 today at JFK as well. So you'll see. Let's see what happened here. Yeah, they were cooler, and then the wind shifted to the northwest and actually made the temperature go up, which is not a surprise if you're on the South Shore. Temperatures generally in the mid-70s. It's very, very humid out there. Dew points in the mid-70s as well. Farmingdale, 75. Dew point, 73. I don't know what the dew point was at JFK, 70. So let's go look at what we did get up to today across most sites. And Long Island wasn't too bad on Long Island. We had low 70s. Mineola was in the mid-80s. I was surprised that JFK got to 90, which is kind of surprising. I guess maybe we had more clouds over us. Well, I shouldn't say mid-80s. Maybe more like upper 80s here. Central Park got up to 88. LaGuardia saw 95. And New Jersey, yep, 93. Yikes, 93 at Toms River. Very hot in Jersey today. I was surprised there. Looking at the lows... Yeah, mid-70s, very warm. We're seeing a lot of these warm nights, which is really what's pushing us above normal more than the highs, believe it or not. Let's look at our climate statistics for the day. And you'll see high of 83 at Islip and a low of 76. See that low of 76? Normal low 68, so that was 8 degrees above normal. However, the high of 83 was right at normal, but still puts us 5 degrees above normal for the day. And today is the last day of July. So July we're going to maybe pick up a little more rain tonight at Islip. We'll have to see if we can get close to the normal. At least we're not as below normal as we were. Central Park, meanwhile, got up to 88, a low of 77, 5 degrees above normal there. And there, Central Park, 4.17 inches of rain is close to the normal value of 4.60 inches of rain. A little bit below normal. Interesting that Central Park winds up seeing a lot more rainfall than Islip, and that's because of the fact that they see more thunderstorms, more inland, so that they see more rain. Not really a surprise there. Yeah, not really a surprise there. So let's look at our satellite image now, and you see the smoke there. That's what we're going to be dealing with tomorrow. The smoke and the heat. It's like a little front coming through, but it's really more of a warmth. It's I'm curious, how do they have this marked on the Weather Prediction Center as a cold front, right? They don't really have it marked. They have it marked as a trough. All right, so it's like a trough coming through, basically. So you'll see that there's definitely some smoke that's going to be coming into our let's look at the CONUS satellite view here. And you can see all the smoke that's over the Great Lakes that's going to be making its way in. You can see the smoke over the west as well. So, yeah, you can see if we can draw this out here. I can kind of show it to you. All right here. You can see that. We'll go into our paint tool, and we'll draw the smoke. So, this is the smoke right here. So, you can see this cloud of smoke. It's coming in pretty much over. It's all coming from the west. So, all this is coming our way. So this is what we're going to be getting into for tomorrow. And that's why it's going to be a lot hazier than it was today. Tomorrow for sure. And looking at the west, it looks like we have a lot of smoke again emanating from California. Yeah, those fires look like they've always tend to flare up toward the evening, I notice. And then we also have one in Colorado as well. You can see that one right there. You can see actually a couple. So, yeah, plenty of smoke around. And we're going to look at the smoke model in a little bit as well. Going out and looking at our weather and hazards map, you'll see the heat advisory stretching all the way down the coast here. It looks like excessive heat watch maybe for Friday in the mid-Atlantic. And then we have, it looks like this is an excessive heat watch as well for the Carolina coast. This area is all under a heat advisory, and this is excessive heat warning for the Midwest here, or the Mississippi Valley, I should say. And then we have also severe thunderstorm watches in effect, and a few severe thunderstorm warnings in Kansas and also in Iowa. And also some in North Dakota, where we see some warnings out as well. Then going into we have an excessive heat warning in Montana. Actually, that is Montana, or is that Wyoming? That's Wyoming, or that is Montana, not Montana. And excessive heat watches up here, and you can see, looking at the conditions here, it's going to get hotter. It's going to get, the dew points don't look too bad right now. And then, unfortunately, the last thing this area needs, excessive heat warning, is going to be in effect right through Saturday for the interior Pacific Northwest, and that is not good at all. It's going to help fuel more wildfires, which is not what we want to see. And then we've got air quality alerts in effect as well, and excessive heat warnings in effect. So really just misery here in the West, really. And they're going to be dealing with a lot of that smoke too. So and you can see even into Canada. Let's see what it looks like in Canada. At least it looks like it's cooled down into northern Alberta. So the cooler weather is definitely going to help maybe dampen the fires there. But we still have a lot of heat in the low 48 for sure. And then what do we have down here? Another excessive heat watch. Yep, and air quality alerts for southern Arizona into Arizona and extreme southern California, southern Arizona, dealing with that as well. Excessive heat watch is in effect as well. So there's going to be a lot more heat to come. And if we just look at our highs, across the highs for today, across the country, you'll see how it's pretty hot in Arizona. Even Flagstaff got up to 90. I think that's Flagstaff. No, Flagstaff got up to 86, but it's been hot there too. It's been hot in a lot of places. You can see that's going to be getting a lot worse. But right now, we're going to be dealing with some heat tomorrow. So let's look at the models and talk about the heat that's coming that we have. So you can see that tomorrow we'll have more of that westerly flow, and then as we get into Friday, we're still remaining in that flow. All right, and I'll talk about the weekend more tomorrow night. But let's go and look at our HRRR model. So those showers and thunderstorms, they should finish up in a few hours, and then for most of tomorrow, there could still be the chance of an isolated pop-up shower or thunderstorm, perhaps tomorrow, just from the heat of the day. And then for Friday, Friday looks a little more organized as we get into Friday night. You can see a little more organization of showers and thunderstorms over upstate New York, up the Hudson Valley, and we'll have to see. Right now, it's kind of far ahead to see what's going to happen with that. But let's look at our dew points and wind flow, and we'll show you why it's going to be brutal tomorrow. So we start off with a west wind tomorrow, and that's why it's going to be brutal, and that's why a lot of more areas are going to hit 90 degrees tomorrow, including probably ice slip, I think. But by the afternoon, there should be a sea breeze that should bring relief to the south shore. I don't think we'll see that much relief here. You notice the dew points are slightly lower, so you're getting a little bit of drier air mixing in, but it will also be more smoky. And then Friday, yeah, similar setup. We start off with a west-southwest wind, and then we go to more of a southerly wind later on in the day. Both days are going to be pretty hot. So what the HRRR has for us, obviously not dropping much tonight, and then tomorrow, you look at all that hot red or pink on the map, and you see it has most of Long Island, except for maybe the South Shore, immediate South Shore and East End, getting to 90 or above. So I think most areas of Long Island will see 90 or above. And in Jersey, you definitely will have no problem getting well into the mid-90s, perhaps maybe even upper 90s. And then overnight, you can see the temperatures don't really... You can see the effect of the sea breeze as we get toward later in the day. It cools off Long Island a little more. And then Friday, similar day. I think a lot of Long Island will get close to 90 because we're going to start off with that west wind, that killer west wind, and that's gonna really make things pretty hot for us. So let's go look at and we'll just look at a sounding. Like I said, I think we'll have a lot of haze around. The sounding does not show that, but it's not showing much in the way of clouds. So we'll see not that many clouds. There'll be plenty of sun, but it's going to be hazy. Let's go to the NAM. And we'll go to the NAM and look at the radar on the NAM for tomorrow. And you can see, again, very isolated. It's showing very isolated activity, mainly over New Jersey, just from the heat of the day. You know, something could pop up off a sea breeze front, perhaps. And then for Friday, it's showing, again, that activity in the evening that could develop to the west right now. That's what the NAM is showing right now. So lastly, we'll go look at the skies as far as the clouds go. And you'll see not many clouds tomorrow. Maybe some scattered jet junk, haze, and of course, cumulus popping up, especially inland, which could turn into cumulonimbus perhaps by the evening. That's most likely over New Jersey. And then for Friday, we'll have a similar setup with, again, maybe some mostly sunny skies, but maybe some cirrus and jet junk in there, and haze, of course, and the wildfire smoke. So let's go to the HRRR smoke model now, and we'll look at the 0Z run of the HRRR smoke model and look at the vertically integrated smoke. And it seems like we're only having out. It seems like we've been cut. They're only giving us. No, the vertical integrated smoke goes out far. So I noticed some missing data there. It was like, I don't know, maybe that's normally like that. But here you go, and you can see some thick smoke tomorrow. We're going to be involved in there, so it's going to be pretty. The sky's going to have a pretty hazy look to it. And we'll go to the near surface smoke too, and you can see plenty more over here that we may get into a little bit later. We'll have to see how that all sets up for the weekend. But right now, I can tell you tomorrow is definitely going to be very hazy with poor air quality. I'm surprised that they don't have an air quality alert in effect, because when we look at the near surface smoke, I know the models are showing this, that you're going to be smelling a little smoke at the surface too. Yeah, look at that. So, yeah, you're definitely going to be smelling it. I mean, it's not going to be like that day last year where we had yellow-orange skies, but it's going to be pretty hazy. Very, very hazy tomorrow. So expect a very hazy sky for tomorrow, and the sun will look strange, especially towards sunset. So we'll take one last look at the radar here. What did I do with the radar? What did I do with it? And you'll see, again, there's another cell that looks like it's popped up south of JFK, and you can see these. They're all just downpours, not really much in the way of lightning with them. And then you see all the actions really in the Midwest. Yeah, that's where the severe weather is. But other than that, look at that. Nothing out west. Nothing. Just bone dry. And that is not good for any hope of getting these fires out. So, anyway, have a good night. Tomorrow is going to be a trifecta of brutal heat. The humidity will be a little bit lower, but the air quality is going to be pretty bad. So try to avoid spending any time outside or much extended time outside tomorrow. unless you're right on the shore. It's the only place that's really going to be suitable for any walking. Anyway, have a good night.